just go by Megaslayer, and if memory serves, our winner for the color option is color option 2, thanks to Craigle Bagel. Thank you, Craigle. Alright, yeah, so this is Disgaea 5. It's a strategy RPG. It's one of my favorite of this genre, and I've been playing them since I first saw the series on the PSP. But let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And immediately I have a problem, because this is setting I forgot to put on. Yeah, settings. Off. Combat speed, fast. Where is auto run? Unless I put it. Okay, I put it on. Woo! Alright. So we skip all the cutscenes. We don't get any of the story. There is a big war going on, and we are the people that are going to stop it. But you won't hear any of that because I barely remember it. Okay. Something else I forgot to put on. This should be going a lot faster than it is. Back to settings. Super. Okay. There we go, that's better. Alright. So, with that out of the way, we are going into one of the main aspects of this game, which is creating troops to fight for us. We are going to create 5 of these fighters. And I am going to be poorly going through these these little scene transitions. And this is where extra colors are chosen. We make 5 of these for a very specific reason. Later on in the game, we will need to use them. We use pretty much every character that is available in this game. In our party. Okay, that's number 4. And this is number 5. With that done, we get back into finishing the first chapter, and I keep accidentally talking to people I don't need to talk to. Okay. So, what we want in this first chapter is very simple. We want counterattacks. Counterattacks. That's all we want. Along with that, we just need to make sure we put ourselves in the correct position to make sure the enemy walks into squares we want them to walk into. Like right here, we go here, so this guy comes and attacks us. There's no real glitches or gimmicks in this game. It is really all just about knowing what you're doing, putting yourself in the right position, and skipping cutscenes, really.
Let's go.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward. Oh, and making sure we have the right equipment, that's another thing. So with that out of the way, I'll talk a little bit about what Disgaea is. It is essentially my... Oh, I already used my attack. Or I accidentally defended. It is a strategy RPG that is focused entirely on grinding. Everything in this game is about grinding. The max level in this game is 9,999, and even then, reaching said level, you will still get your butt kicked by some of the later game enemies. Of the post-game, not of the actual regular game. You can beat the regular game pretty easily with a party of a couple level 100s, and you can pretty much solo it with a level 3 or 400. We will be getting 2 level 250-ish characters that will absolutely decimate the later half of the game. I'll explain how we get them when we get there. Right now, I'm just using an item, because even using items in this game gets you a little bit of experience.
Let's go.
And fortunately, we got that counterattack, because we really need it to get that level up. This is the first stage that can be a right pain in the butt with Red Magnus stealing all the kills and experience. Fortunately, he only got one enemy. So now we come into everyone's favorite part of any RPG, the shopping. As we are going to buy a kitchen knife, some slippers, and a cotton bandana. Along with selling everything we don't need, buying some candy, buying some coffee, and some fairy dust. And abilities. We're going to get Mean Guy here, which is a passive buff to increase our damage or our attack stat by 10%. Abilities were one of the things that were added in. Honestly, I can't remember which Disgaea. I think it might have been 4, possibly 3, but they are generally passive buffs. All of our characters have one, and then there are a bunch of other ones you can add onto them. And what you just saw me do was destroy a geosymbol. Geosymbols generally give out passive buffs or passive negative abilities on a stage. And the one I just destroyed changed the color, making the buff that was on that color one that was more appealing to me. Going to slowly, quotation marks, kill the enemies here so that we can make sure we get to level 8 to get that skill I just got, because we need it to kill these little slime creatures here, because they are weak to ice, and makes killing them very, very easy.
Thank you.
And once again, just making sure we are in the right position. We put ourselves here to make sure that that magic user will move forward, making it these two get put in a straight line, allowing us to kill them a lot easier. But yeah, that's pretty much all this stage is, just putting ourselves in the correct position, using a bit of items, and killing the enemies. So if you've got any donations or wish to say anything, now would be the time to do it.
Yep, I'll just take, there was a donation that came in from Nitrous Twitch, which was good to go towards Japanese being the language for the Kingdom Hearts incentive. So thank you so much for that donation. We have a lot of cool incentives to add some extra things and also change things for the marathon. And for those at home, you can take a look at them by doing exclamation mark incentives in the Twitch chat. So yeah, thank you so much everyone, and enjoy the marathon.
Wholeheartedly agree. Enjoy the marathon. Please donate to incentives. Please donate to the amazing cause. And if you have coffee, drink coffee like Killia just did. In the next stage, we are going to show off one of the other main, I guess, mechanics of this game, which is the lift and throw. Every enemy, every ally, every stage piece that has an actual, like, I guess, body, for lack of a better term, can be picked up and thrown. If you pick up allies, you can throw them to get them further. If you pick up enemies, you can throw them away from you, or you can throw them into other enemies to make their strength grow, which may seem counterproductive, but sometimes it's the best way to get a high-level enemy that you can kill to grind. I will say this is one of my least favorite stages, but I have kind of figured it out. And I got a good counterattack there. It's just hard candy there. Kill this zombie and move into 2-5. You may have noticed that, or not, because I don't think it's... Actually, no, I'm not going to use that. I don't think it's happened yet, is the zombies have the ability to poison me, which they just did right then. Poison is a particular nasty ability, as it will, at the start of your turn, deal 20-ish% of your max HP in damage. Fortunately, those fairy dusts that I bought earlier can remove it, which is basically what the other characters exist to do on this stage. They are our item slaves. You may have also noticed that every now and then Killia will explode into a burst of energy. I'll go into what that's about later, or at least the benefits of what that is later. But the shorthand is that is what is called overloading. Yeah, as I said, I'll talk about that later when we need to in the next stage. Now we just need to kill this zombie overlord. I'm having an alright time of it. Cool. He is taken care of. Skip the cutscenes. Always, 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 always skip the cutscenes. Alright. So now we're going to the quintessential part of any Disgaea game, the Dark Assembly, where we pay off politicians to do things for us. Except we're poor, so we don't pay them off. We just let them vote and hope for the best. So what we're getting here is better items and unlocking the cheat shop. The cheat shop. Better items is self-explanatory. It lets you buy better items. The cheat shop lets you cheat. You cheat by increasing the experience and mana that you would get, increasing the level of enemies, and whatnot, things like that. I also just bought poison vaccine. That one I feel is pretty self-explanatory. It makes it so that we don't get hurt by poison. Or that, not that we don't get hurt by poison, that we can't be affected by poison. Which is very important, because the next area we're going to is called Poison Dice. And the entire area is coated in poison. All of that stuff that you see there, I would say what color it is, but I'm colorblind. That will leave you poisoned if you end your turn in it. I forgot to do something very important. I was meant to throw out some sacrifices. That's fine. I'll just do it now. So I sacrificed those people there just then to... I'm a dingus. I forgot to do something even more important than that. I forgot to put Killia in the capture squad.
Where would you like to go, dude?
So this is Poison Dice. This is the first time we've been here. You've never seen it before.
Let's go.
It's poison. It poisons you. It's a resort that has made its name in the poison trade. I don't know why people would want to go to a resort that's covered in poison, but don't think about it. Now, as I was saying, Overload skill. It allows us to do this squad skill, which will attack every enemy that is in a particular squad. The squad that they are in is what's shown there beside their little picture there. It's that small icon under the word squad. If you use squad attack, everyone in that squad will, for the most part, die. And we are going to abuse that a lot to get through this game quick. So this stage kind of annoys me because 3, 2, 3, 3, and 3, 4 don't have cutscenes, but they do have little text in the beginning of them. So even though they don't have cutscenes, I still have to skip them. Even though I can't skip them. So, a little frustrating. We position ourselves there to make sure that fourth cap comes up. And now we just kill them. And hope that... yeah, okay. So... we have to fairy dust away that confusion or silence or whatever it's called because it stops us from using our skills. Oh, that poor Prinny. He is deaded. That's okay. He died doing what he loved, serving his betters.
Where would you like to go, dude?
That is the life of a Prinny. If you are unaware of the lore of Disgaea, Prinnies are the departed souls of humans who died and basically went to hell. There they, or the Netherworld, there they are serving out their time for however long it takes to basically earn reincarnation into heaven. For most people, that takes more time than you can imagine. So, yeah. They don't have good lives. This stage, like the previous ones, we're just positioning ourselves in the correct locations to make the NPCs go to specific spots so that we can kill them a lot easier. You may have also noticed that at the end of each stage it says I am capturing a particular a number of units, or if I only capture one, a specific name of a unit. That is for one of the mechanics of this game, where you can capture your enemies, bring them into your party, or turn them into items that power you up. We want to take that off because it's slow, but we're not going to do that now. We will be doing it very soon. So we never have to see that again after the stage. This stage also has the other important aspect of the squad attack. Sometimes enemies are in particularly difficult to hit locations, and a squad attack can allow us to hit easier to hit enemies and kill those ones that are in particularly hard locations to hit, like that that medic. We were just never going to be able to get to them. So we squad attack the Valkyrie to deal with it. I am currently putting my people in the Foot Soldier Squad. That means everyone in the Foot Soldier Squad will have their stats increased by 1% for each member in the Foot Soldier Squad. So that's just a way to increase your stats ever so minutely. And now we're going into what could be considered the main mechanic of the Disgaea games, the item world. Randomly generated stages with randomly generated enemy locations. We are really just hoping for good enemy placement and... damn it. Okay. Good enemy placement and item level increase items, which are called item spheres and item fish. And so far I haven't got any of them. And locations, and they could be better. Oh, there's an item fish. So the gimmick behind the fish is at the... Okay, that is unlucky. The gimmick behind item level fish is that at the end of a turn, they will take damage. And yeah, basically they die real quick. They're kind of annoying. Level spears are a lot better. Alright.
Let's go.
Damn it. Just not enough. Oh, whoa, that scared the crap out of me. There's warp all over the place. That's going to be frustrating. I can't move. Teleport me to a good spot, please. That's a really good spot. We can also get a particularly unlucky random thing in here called Proto Death Drake. I'm sure you can imagine by the name, not a fun guy. If he shows up, I immediately have to leave and just re-enter. He is kind of a pain. He just makes things slow. Wait, yeah, whatever. Did he show up? He did not. That is very lucky. So if he shows up, he will show up on stage 5. That lucky board, I didn't see what it was for, but the gimmick behind the lucky boards is basically you have to do enough damage to kill them. Otherwise, they take no damage.
Let's end this quick.
They can be experienced lucky boards, which is just beneficial because they get big experience, generally more experience than creatures of their level would.
Let's go.
But hey, we are almost done here. Just got to get my item up 2 more levels. If I'm lucky, there'll be an item sphere on the next stage, so I don't have to do a... so I don't have to do the whole stage, but there isn't. So to do this quickly, I just want that. I want squad attack so I can kill everything but the item general, and then we're just going to kill the item general. There is also a reason I haven't just been going up those warp panels to the higher levels. It's because if you go up them without killing all the enemies, your item doesn't actually level. Also, lore reason for why we went in here is that Zerokin, one of our future allies, locked the gate, and the only way to get back through it is by creating a gate key. Is by getting a gate key to level 10. Because he doesn't believe we're strong enough to do what we're doing, and he's a little brat. Fortunately, we don't use him for anything but to sacrifice him.
All men are my servants.
I'm gonna need a third one out. Oh, one of the things about monster classes is they cannot stand on other monster classes. And I have been forgotten. That is fine. That's what the fairy dust I bought is for. Okay. Oh, good, he killed him rather quickly.
Okay.
Alright, so we're coming into Chapter 4, where I'm going to do something that's going to seem completely and utterly random, but there will be a reason for it later. I am going to buy 500 swords, not 600, 500. You'll see why I need those later. I'm also going to buy muscle increase, paralysis and weaken vaccine, but for the time being, we are just going to put muscle increase on. As I'm sure the name can imply, it increases our damage dealt through our strength. I also just talked to a yellow prinny. We need to talk to her to get into stage 4. Yellow prinnies are weird prinnies. They don't say dude at the end of every sentence. They say plip. They do not deserve to live.
Let's go.
Anyone who knows this guy knows this. The gimmick in this stage is that mushrooms will appear in random locations of the stage. This can be beneficial somewhat. Usually it just gets in the way. That was a poorly thought out decision.
Let's go. Okay.
This next stage is probably one of my favorites, as it is
Let's go.
like the most worked out stage for placing your character for enemy locations. This, like, everywhere we step in the stage is very carefully planned to make sure enemies go to the exact right squares we want them to. Unfortunately, we can't control the mushrooms, which can really get in our way in the stage. Fortunately, they have been working with me, but now that I've said that, they are not going to do that. Am I gonna... do I have enough strength? Yes, I have enough strength to kill those two. Always a good thing.
Okay.
Alright, so this is the stage where we first see why we needed to create these warriors.
Let's go.
We need them so that we can lift up Killia, and throw him all the way to the end of the stage. And you may have noticed when I brought Killia out, I did not move him, I just picked him up. This is important because it means Killia can still move. The enemies are also going to kill those units, which are going to overload Killia, which is going to allow him to use his squad attack. I don't think I said it, but squad attack also increases all of your stats and makes it so that all your skills only cost 1 SP instead of what they regularly cost. So along with the benefits of being able to do the squad attack, the overload lets you do that, and I just realized I called overload squad attack.
My servant. I'm gonna eat you, dude.
This stage is a pretty good look at how the future of the run is going to look, where we sacrifice 3 units to get to overload, and then use that to kill as many enemies on the map as we can. Except it'll look much better, because instead of using squad attack, we're just gonna eviscerate everyone on the stage.
Okay.
Alright, here's hoping we don't get the super secret bad ending, which is when Usalia, who is a bit above us, dies in the stage. We do not want that to happen. We can mitigate that somewhat because she will come to us and we can throw her a healing item. But I think she's doing okay-ish. I might play it safe anyway. Yeah, she'll be fine. We don't need to worry about her. So now we're just going to let Usalia mop up the rest of the enemies on the stage. Maybe I spoke too soon. No, she's fine. She'll... There we go. Simple, clean is the way that you make me feel. I'm not sure what that is in Japanese, but if you want to find out, you can donate to that incentive.
Where would you like to go, dude?
We need to talk to the Dimension Prinny so that we can get Usalia into our party, and we need Usalia into our party because, well, for one, we need to talk to the Dimensional Prinny anyway to get her in our, to continue the game, but also because she is how... she is our way forward in the game. She brings us victory.
To your heart's content.
We are going to once again cheat. We need enemies at level 16, and as you just saw, I'm going to be turning all of those swords into curry. Curry made out of cotton candy and teriyaki. And we're going to do it again with some more swords and some old bamboo spears. But before any of that, we are going to grind. This is the first grind in this run, and this is very short in comparison to... Actually, I think it's longer than the one we do later, but it feels shorter, because we only do it once. As you probably just noticed, I turned Usalia into a fist. This is so that Killia will get some slight stat increases across the board, and it will also get Usalia some experience and mana whenever Killia kills something. Oh, come on, buddy. I also just realized I did a dumb. We'll see if I can make it through this. I should be able to. Okay, made it through. This is something I really have a bad habit of doing. I forgot to set him up with those. We are now going to eat our curry of swords and make a new curry of swords and spears. We'll eat that one a lot later. Always heal before you go into the second part of the grind, otherwise you will get wrecked. Because these enemies are level 99. That is very important, because if you are familiar with this game series, you will know that level 99 enemies give you roughly the same experience as... Sorry. As level 300 enemies. That may seem like a big jump, but there is a reason for that. So the way enemies below level 99 work is that they will give you about... This is rough here, but about a third of the experience you need to get to the level one higher than their level. However, once enemies get over level 100, that changes and they just start giving a flat amount. So the experience needed to get from level 99 to level 100 is roughly the same amount of experience you need to get to from like level 299 to 300, which is why we greatly abuse this. Not a glitch. Important to understand that this is not a glitch. It is indeed a mechanic in the game. And it has been for quite some time. And I am in a precarious situation. So I'm going to get out that, and throw her forward. So the maids have a ability that allows them to use 2 items in a single turn. And I'm going to abuse that right now to keep Killia alive. With his current health, he should be fine. This is also going to help later on for positioning that maid in the party order, because she will have also just gotten quite a bit of experience just for doing a little bit of healing. That was poorly placed, I just realized. Whatever. Okay. Now we are done with our first grind and are going to get back to the main part of the game. But before that, lower our experience, lower the item level, sorry, the monster level, buy a Brawler Cestus, buy a Floral Spear, and buy 1,000 fake swords, or replica swords.
Let's fix you up.
And heal. We don't really need to heal because the enemies here can't really kill us anymore, but we do need that SP back.
Let's go.
I once again forgot to do something in that buy.
Welcome.
And this is a pretty important thing I forgot to do. We need 3 Falcon Shoes. These will increase our movement and jump distance. Very important for one of the stages. Jump is how far up you can move vertically, and regular movement is how far you can move horizontally. And I am getting very unlucky on my counters. It is unfortunate.
Thank you.
So, what is happening in the story right now is we are going back to Isalia's home. Okay, sorry, I just needed to make sure I got Vacuum Slice X. That is an important skill I need for later. Yeah, we're going back to Isalia's home, trying to free it from the tyrants that have taken it over. Spoiler, it's not going to go well for us right now. We're not strong enough. And the person who took it over is a big old meanie, and you'll see why when we get to 5-5. Please overload me. Thank you. You may have also noticed that when I'm killing other enemies that are in an overloaded state, I'm getting shards of particular stats. Those are used to increase your stats. However, we don't need to use any of them throughout this run. But in the actual game, you can use them to get your stats up to a max of, I want to say, billion, or it might be a million, I can't remember. Ridiculously high.
Okay. Let's go.
Oh, good. No, not that one. That one. So that got rid of the majority enemies on the stage. It is... I want to say it's quicker. I want to believe it's quicker. Can I position? Yes. I want to take out that guy, because it can lower my stats.
Okay.
So as we come into 5-5, we find out why Demon General Margarita got her name. As you may notice, the boss zombies on this stage look slightly different, having bunny ears. Those are Usalia's parents, turned into zombies, and now we have to end them. I didn't want to talk to you, I just wanted to put a spear in you. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, there we go. Stage 6. Nothing much to say about Stage 6. We don't really do anything. We just get through it as quickly as we can. So if there's any donations or any incentives, or just if you want to plug the event, now is the time to do so.
Yep. We had a $10 donation come in from Drev, who says, "Good luck on the run, dude." Thank you so much, Drev, for the encouragement.
Thanks, dude!
Very nice of you.
These ninjas are kind of annoying because if you are standing next to them, your accuracy is reduced to 50% on them. Oh, good. I got overload here. That's helpful. Also, we never want to stand next to that boss, otherwise it has a talkie start. We don't want to talkie with anyone.
Let's end this quick.
I would have liked to save the overload until this stage, but it is what it is. I figured out a bit of a workaround.
Let's go.
So we're going to stand over here because we can't get our overload. That will make these 3 archers or samurais stand side by side, allowing me to deal with them rather handedly. If I had overload, I could get most of the ninjas that are up here as well. But I'll just have to take them out slower.
Now. Thank you.
See how I missed there? Stupid ninjas. Being all fast and ninja-like. If you are a fan of Naruto, the ninjas' essential ranking system is Genin, Chunin, Jonin. I forget what the 5th one is called, but it does eventually end in Kage. Oh, I don't need to sacrifice. I just need to sacrifice 1! I didn't need to sacrifice anyone. We're going to take out all the cats so we don't get forgotten. Then we take out the ninjas.
Just going to stay in the back for a little bit.
Not the best positioning for them. So the next stage has 3 forces on it. There is us, the Dragon Soldier Squad, and the big bad guys of the game. We want the Dragon Squad and the big bad guys to just kill each other. Because even though we're not the enemies of the dragons, they still don't like us. I put myself in the wrong position. It is what it is. hopefully I will counterattack one of these. Thank you. The imps on this stage are actually kind of annoying. Sorry, not the... Well, actually they are. Oh no, those are orcs. Yeah, the imps. The imps are kind of annoying because they are over on that other building, and getting over them is hard. Fortunately, one was dumb enough to come over here, which allows me to squad attack them. Now we just take care of the Headless Horseman, and we enter into 6-5. There is a single enemy on this, Demon General Bloodus, and he is why we bought that Fist earlier, because Fists have a really good chance of of counter-attacking, and the quickest way to deal with him is just to get as many counter-attacks in as we can. So now we move into stage 7. We just have a little bit of setup where we have to buy a couple abilities. First we get Shaking Excitement and the Lover's Skills for Killia and Mean Guy for Usalia. Afterwards we Shaking Excitement and Mean Guy for them.
Where would you like to go, dude?
And then we just get on in it, and we enter the... well, I guess it kind of is the cowboy stage. We enter Sand Cano, a volcano of sand, I guess. And we immediately start the stage off by putting 3 characters into the blender. Then we are going to bring out Christo, because Christo, if he is adjacent to allies, will increase their accuracy by a certain amount, even taking it up to 100%, which normally the highest you can get to is 99%. It just guarantees that there's no chance of missing. That was unfortunate positioning.
Let's end this quick. Great.
The stage is fairly simple. We just bring the enemies into the middle and put ourselves somewhere that they can only be funneled towards us and counterattack the ones behind us. Or at least that's the hope. And I got lucky.
Okay.
So this stage, all the enemies are standing on recovery 20% squares, which makes killing them a little bit annoying, but not too hard. What really makes this stage annoying is this thief right over here. Getting to her is very hard. Fortunately, we have our squad attack. Oh, goddammit, she's... which should have, and I quote here, should have, and did, sometimes it doesn't, kill the thief. No, you don't. You're not going to win. Oh, I missed. Okay. The other gimmick of this stage, as you might have noticed, is enemies spawn in, and if we are lucky enough with our damage, we can kill all the enemies on the stage before the last one spawns in. I, however, was not. But what are you going to do? This stage is very straightforward. We are just removing all the enemies from the map as quickly as we can. Really, really hoping for counters. We are also in this level we are also introduced to those, I forget what they're called, I'm just going to call them Iron Maiden enemies. Their gimmick is that they will take the damage for another creature on the map. So they will literally swap places for another creature that's in their squad. But I'm not going to have to worry about that on this stage because they're all dead. Right.
Okay.
So, 7-5. This stage is slightly frustrating because we have to deal with these mages before anything else. So if we don't, they will end up putting themselves in positions that is very hard to deal with, which makes us a little bit slow. A little bit slower than I'd like, but it's not the end of the world. Again, mages dealt with. I can also get a good overload here, allowing me to get rid of the majority of the enemies on the map. And there we have our friend Demon General Bloodus back for round 2. Second burst, same as the first. We're just going to punch him a lot. Now we come into Chapter 8, where the only thing we do in Chapter 8 for setup is eat our curry of swords and bamboo. And then we make another curry of swords. I really, really like eating metal. I haven't explained the benefit of doing that. The short is at the start of our turn, we will get a little bit of health, about 10% of our max health back, and our stats will increase by a small percentage of all the items that were put into it. That was a lucky counterattack.
Okay.
So this stage has more of those Iron Maiden enemies, and we have worked the stage out in a way that allows us to deal with them rather handedly. This stage also has enemies on squares that make them and you do the same attack twice. It would be very, very threatening if these enemies could even hurt me.
Great. Great. Okay.
This right here, 8-3, is the second stage where we need all of our warriors, or 5 of our warriors, and we need to throw them in very specific locations, or at least those ones. This one exists just to throw Killia. So this guy needs to be thrown right here, and this guy needs to be thrown right here. He needs to be thrown right there specifically so he can toss that succubus off the map. That's the gimmick of this stage. This entire chapter is that you can throw enemies off the map. We don't use it much because 1, it's slow, and 2, that's experience that we could be experiencing mana we're otherwise giving up. Now that those warriors have done their job, their new job is to die. So as thanks for their services, we throw them to the enemies so that we might kill everything quicker. This is very, very quick stage. We just walk into the warp panels, defeat the enemies, and walk into the next warp panel.
Thank you.
Except here, these are the last group of enemies, and we don't need to walk into that final warp panel because that just takes us back to the beginning, which are slow, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Great.
Get out of that menu, I didn't need to go in there. Right, so, once again, he's back. He's back for round 3. Third verse, same as the second. We're gonna punch him a lot.
Okay.
As we move into chapter 9, we don't have to do anything. We just get right into it. We're going to Red Magnus's level, who is basically, Red Magnus, he is basically a wrestler, screaming, you know, super this, super that, jabroni this, jabroni that. To be honest, I personally find him kind of annoying. But hey, that's me. I'm not a big fan of wrestling. These wrestler enemies are also very, very annoying, as they can pick you up, and while they won't do much damage to us, they will stop us from having a turn. And if there are quite a few of them standing close together, they can stop you from doing anything for a few turns in a row. However, we have it worked out and sorted out, so we don't have to worry about it. A bit unlucky with the damage. I didn't mention it earlier, but there are two types of... well, there are 3 types of attacks you can essentially do. There's your basic attack, where you will do basic damage, whatever that is. There is critical hits, which will deal double damage, and there are nicks, which will deal half damage. Unsurprisingly, we don't want to get nicks. No, don't stand on him. We are sacrificing our warriors to the greater good so that we might squad attack to defeat lots of things. We also magic changed Usalia once again, just to get us a little bit of extra EXP and mana onto her. That will be important for later. That'll be very important once we get to chapter 10, which is the next chapter. I am getting very unlucky with my counters. I do not like that. I do not like that at all.
Okay.
Alright. This stage is pretty straightforward. We just want to get beat up as much as we can to get our overload. So if there are any donos, now's the time.
Yep, awesome. We had $5 come in from Little Crochet, who says, "Good luck, dude." And we also had $15 from Havra, who says, "I never knew the power of squad attack, and now I feel I missed out. Time to play Disgaea 5 again. Thanks, the great commentary, dude."
Welcome, dude. Gotta look at that. Yeah, squad attack is a bit of a game changer. I was not aware of it until I started speedrunning this game. It really makes a difference, especially in the item world, because in the item world, everything is part of the same squad unless they are on the exit panel or the demon general, or they come into the stage later through other means. So yeah, squad attacks really help in the item world. I also very, very specifically positioned myself there to make sure that the enemies would surround me in a way where I could walk out of them and hit them all with my Hellfire shot if I needed to. Fortunately, I counterattack killed one of them, so I didn't need to, but I didn't know that was going to happen. I also very specifically positioned myself there so that these wrestlers cannot, these wrestlers will move down, but they won't be able to move close enough to grab me. As mentioned earlier, very frustrating if they grab you.
Let's go.
Alright, so 9-5. We are fighting in this stage Red Magnus's lieutenant. He's that gunslinger at the end there. He has the potential to kill you if you are not at max health, which I am, or close enough to it, so I don't really have to worry about him. I'm just getting rid of all of these elephant-like enemies first, because they can lower your stats. And with that done, I'm just going to keep attacking him from the back. Right. So now we're moving into stage 10, the second grind. This one is going to, well, it is going to be a little quicker, but first we need to set ourselves up by level, get us the items we need. We also need a water pistol just to get some water elemental damage, and we need 2 bravery. Okay, I'm out of money, that's fine. We can just sell everything we've got and buy 2 bravery belts. And abilities, yes, we want muscle increase, mean guy, study, mana, workshop, and poison. After that, we head over here to the cheat shop, lower everything to its lowest, and max out our experience and increase monster level by 1. I am also just going to save here because there could be some RNG that could go really bad for me. But before anything else, we are going to set her subclass to warrior so she can get some warrior skills, and we're going to reincarnate her as distinguished. This will lower her level to 1, but will increase her stat gains as she levels up again. And these are the 3 extra colors you could have chosen between. This is what we're going with. It is my personal favorite. So thank you once again, Craigle, for doing that. With that out of the way, we are going to get Martial Training Ground 1 open for us, and this is kind of where it could go. Well, I got lucky. Second try is pretty damn good. I have done everything I need to do, so we're going to do Martial Training 1 8 times in a row. Killing 3 level 99 enemies on squares that will increase the experience they give. We also want to put Vacuum Slice X there, and there we go. So, it's number 1. We're also hoping for good item drops. We want a good weapon for either Usalia or Kilia. Ideally, I don't know, it could go either way. We want a good spear, a good sword, or a good fist, or a good physical attack weapon for monsters. I think this is the 3rd time.
Let's go.
So this is the 4th, halfway there.
Let's go.
5.
Okay. Let's go.
6.
Okay. Let's go.
7.
Okay. Let's end this quick.
And that should be number 8. And I saw that was a fist there. Yep, that's number 8. Good, good, good. So, equipment. I'm actually going to go with the sword. Now, before I forget, we need to lower this, raise our mana, and lower that. Also need to heal up. Come over here, resell everything, and we want to buy 3 bravery belts for Usalia, and the best physical monster weapon we can get. And now we're heading to Toto Bunny, Usalia's home for real. This time we are now strong enough to deal with the foes here. We Magi Change Usalia again here just to get her some mana to make sure we have enough for when we need to increase her abilities later. Yeah, otherwise, we're kind of set for the rest of the game. Again, just position ourselves in the correct spots so that we can deal with those two elephant enemies. With that done, we just need to defeat enough of the enemies here that our squad attack can kill the rest in one hit. I haven't brought it up, but the more enemies that are in an attack's area, the less damage the attack does as it gets spread out amongst them. So if we had tried to do that with all of those enemies out there before, we would have killed none of them.
Let's go.
Once again, just sacrificing some of our troops so that we can squad attack there, and then bringing out AusSpeedruns to clean up the ones that aren't in our range of attack by dropping a massive Prinny Meteor on them. There was some good positioning. These guys don't always want to work with you. Am I I am paralyzed. Why am I? Okay, whatever. It's not the end of the world. I must have put the wrong weakness.
Okay.
Or I could have just gotten unlucky. Sometimes you just get unlucky.
Let's go.
So this is another stage where you have enemies coming out of portals. There's one at the top and one at the bottom. We are just going to deal with it. We can't really speed this one up, except with just defeating enemies in the most efficient way we can. This is a stage I like to have a spear on instead of a sword, but it is what it is. I didn't get a spear. That one at the top is going to go up to AusSpeedruns. That's fine. She can take care of him. Or her, or it. I'm not sure what gender the demons identify as.
Okay.
Alright, so 10-4 is the last stage where we will use Killia as our primary damage dealer until the end of the game. Should be fine. I should still have overload on this next attack. I mean, on this next turn. Just like with the last stage, we are... The only reason we're magic changing AusSpeedruns is to make sure that she has enough mana for what we are about to do.
Okay.
Okay. So, this time I want to go manual. I want to put you there, and I need Christo at the top. So, we're going to strengthen AusSpeedruns' Braveheart by 2 levels, and then we are going to get the Fighting Instinct and Shaken Excitement. And I forgot to do that. And we are going to immediately equip those, and AusSpeedruns is going to become the main enemy destroyer for the rest of the campaign. That's my D&D mind. For the rest of the game.
Let's go.
AusSpeedruns also has the ability, it's Bully something or other. I forget what it is. Either way, basically, when she has allies around her, her stats increase by 15% for each ally adjacent to her, only in the up, down, left, rights, not in the diagonals. So we will always be putting someone beside her. We also find out in this stage that Christo, our good friend from the giant netherworld, is actually an angel. And everyone has already realized this and are just keeping it secret to make him feel better. And the angels are also sending some great big destructive force to the netherworlds in the hopes that it will destroy the big bad guy demon Emperor Void Dark. Yeah, that's what's happening here in regards to story. What's happening in here in regards to mechanics is we will be... Actually, I don't want to sacrifice them. I want to sacrifice monsters! What's happening mechanically is we are sacrificing 3 of our allies to get Usalia into overboost. We are bravehearting Usalia and having her use her overboost standing next to Christo to make sure she has a 100% chance to hit all enemies. This stage here is the only one in here that we can't use Usalia to finish it off for us, but that's okay. There's a lot of nice handy-dandy barrels for us to take care of the majority of the enemies. Also, just because Killia is standing on the no lifting squares does not mean he can't lift the people that are standing not on the no lifting squares. Bit of a flaw there. But we will happily take advantage of.
If you leave it to me, we'll definitely win.
Okay.
This stage can be slightly frustrating because sometimes even having 4 allies around Usalia isn't enough to defeat the enemy at the far end, but I'm gonna hope it is. If it's not, it's fine. I could just pick Usalia up and throw her all the way up. Fortunately, it was, so we're fine.
Let's go.
Alright. Now we...
Let's go.
Is that all?
So the boss of this stage is Demon General Margarita, and we are now strong enough to take her out. Good and proper this time. And Usalia is the one who's going to get revenge by blowing her and everyone else up. Okay, so this is stage 12. In stage 12, we are going to eat our final curry. And we don't need to make any more. Just need to eat a lot of swords. And we're going to lower all of this stuff and increase our experience. And we're not going to need to go to the cheat shop again. I just realized I forgot to buy something.
Welcome.
We need to buy some equipment for Usalia. We need to buy that leafy fan that has the blower stat on it, which basically just means it does wind damage. And the best, the Chimera DMA is just flat damage. Is it working? No, not you. You can go, and then you. The gimmick of this stage is that at the end of, or at the end of a turn, one of our allies will get bombed. Fortunately, it doesn't really matter because the only allies we have. Oh, is that not enough damage? Oh, one survived. Okay, I'm gonna have to. No, don't want to talk to you. Go away.
Let's fix you
I
up.
want to just heal Christo. As you saw there, I don't actually need Christo to kill everything.
Let's go.
I don't need the damage increase from having Christo there to kill everything. I just prefer to have it on the odd chance that we're going to get that 1% miss. And considering this is a marathon run, I don't want to take the risk.
Let's go.
Red Magnus, you. We actually need to get a group of 4 allies here because if we don't throw them far enough, because they... Killia can't throw far enough, is what I'm trying to say.
What should I do?
Right. So something's happening to Killia here. If we had been listening to the story, we would know that he has a somewhat darker personality. It is related to his overload skill, which we're going to get at the end of this. We're going to equip that leafy fan now, and then we're going to Braveheart Usalia, then we're going to Overload, and then we're going to end turn. Spot attack, and no, I was hoping Usalia would have enough damage to kill him. He did not. Alright, now we're going to get a look at what Killia's Overload skill is actually. Right now it looks like he's going to get infinite turns. This stage is pretty quick. We just never let the enemies have a chance to do anything as we defeat them all rather handedly. And in the cutscene after this, Killia attacks one of our allies, but is able to get himself under control before too much damage can be done.
Where would you like to go, dude?
Going into stage 13, the stage effect of this is 100% more winter damage, which is why we put that leafy fan on, because it just means we deal more damage. And I need to make sure that I don't use the maid until stage 4 of here. That's very important. It's why I moved her up to the position under Christo, so that I can make sure she doesn't get used.
Let's go.
If you have any donations or anything you would like to read, now would be a good time to do it.
Yep. We had $15 come in from Nikusa, who says, "Good luck, dude. Donation goes to runner's choice of incentive."
If you could put it to the Dance of Ice and Fire, or Fire and Ice, whatever it is.
Yep.
I would
Awesome.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Ooh.
Nope, not you. There is a very nice kitty on this stage that is going to unalive all 3 of our units in one attack.
Let's go.
Now, what should I do?
And this is the stage I said I needed the maid alive for, and that is because only she has enough movement speed to move to the square that she went to. Braveheart yourself, please. Which will allow one of these slimes to kill all 3 of them in one attack, being fast.
Now, what should I do?
And guess what? Guess who's back?
What should I do?
Back again. Bloodus is back. Tell a friend. You may have also noted that Killia is also in his Overload stage. In this... I just realized I did dumb. I did a dumb. I was supposed to do that after... Oh, well, it is what it is. Killia's Overload is that he gets to make 3 attacks a turn. And I have a very bad piece of equipment on him. Bloodfang? Yeah, the Bloodfang's good enough. And that won't be the last time we see Bloodus. He does not learn.
Where would you like to go, dude?
Right, now, after dealing with pretty much everyone's past, we're going to deal with Seraphina's past. As we go to Gorgeous, the most beautiful netherworld there is. And we're going to destroy it. Because it turns out it wasn't the most beautiful netherworld anyone had ever seen. It was actually a giant space station that the current Overlord had turned it into. And the beautiful netherworld was just a cardboard cutout. No, not you.
I'll show you my true power.
Leave it to me, Blink. Leave it to me, Blink.
The gimmick of this stage is that people get teleported around and a laser beam comes down and attacks No, not you.
Let's go.
And will attack anyone who's standing on the same square for multiple turns in a row. Fortunately, it doesn't deal enough damage to be a concern, and even if it did, it is irrelevant because we finished the stage before it can hurt us.
Now, what should I do?
No! Dude!
We don't even get to see the enemies dying for the most part.
It's my turn.
I'm gonna eat you, dude! Yeah, dude!
I'm going, Flip. Leave it to me, Flip. Back for a little bit.
No, it's not the end.
What should I do?
That will come a little later.
Let's go.
Unlucky. It's okay. Alright, second last stage. Nothing really to say about this one. We're just going to be making it through like we have all the others. Just correct positioning and unaliving everyone with Usalia. No, not you.
I will never run away anymore!
Leave it to me, Flip. My best, Flip.
Let's go.
I'm not an angel.
This stage is very slightly annoying because even if you put 4 allies around Usalia, it's still not enough damage to defeat the boss of this stage, which is only annoying because it's slow.
End this quick.
Annihilate the
No, not you. Yeah, Red Magnus will do. Yeah, the reason it's only slightly annoying is because we can just toss Usalia across the map and have her finish him off with a berserk attack.
Let's go.
You guys, let's spill you later.
My best, please.
And look, Margarita's back, and this time she is a lot more easy to deal with because we don't even need 4 allies this time.
All men are my servants.
I'm gonna eat you, dude! Yeah, dude!
Me too.
Let's end this quick.
Now, what should I do?
And once again, we have to teach an old man a lesson.
Let's go.
Now, what should I do?
Spill you later. Sit. Sit.
Leave it to me, Flip. Even harder.
I'm just gonna check equipment to see if we have a better one. I mean, technically better. Do I have a... Yeah, go for the Crystal Axe. Attack to get rid of it. Oh, one survived. Oh, well. It doesn't matter. That'll finish him off.
One finger for you.
He managed to survive. Unlucky me. Whoa. Okay. I'm beginning to think I chose the wrong weapon for that. Let's just... Yeah, I should have kept the Blood Fang on. Lesson learned. Okay, final stage.
Welcome!
At this point, I could lower all of my... lower all of the stats to 0 and massively increase one other thing, like experience or mana gain or whatnot, but we don't need to. We're just gonna beat the game as quickly as we can.
Let's go.
So Roken,
Is that all?
get a Tower of 4 to throw them over here. Braveheart Usalia and surround her and unalive everything. Why are you attacking him? Whatever.
I'm not an angel.
Get out of here!
Job got done.
Sorry, but I'm forcing myself through.
Oh, and as you may have noticed, we defeated Demon General Margarita again.
Get out of here!
What's my name?
I'm not an angel.
It hurts.
Alright, in this stage we have to remember to take off our Leafy Fan because the enemies all the way at the back are resistant to wind. Fortunately, the damage bonus we're getting from our Death Scythe is going to be more than enough to make up for it. Before we do the next stage, we need to revive all our allies because we need them back for stage 5-4. I'm sorry, 16-4. As there is a particular throw strat we need to do here. Not you, Zeroken. You. Then we want Killia right dead center in the middle.
What's my name?
Let's go.
Not you, we need someone who can throw.
Fly away!
There. There.
That right there is Demon Emperor Void Dark, the big bad of the game. Yeah. And this is the longest rest you get in the game, as all of these people do their super powerful attacks.
Now, what should I do?
Drenched in poison.
That will deal with the majority of the enemies, and we cannot have Killia and Void Dark standing together. Otherwise, it starts a talkie, and even worse, actually, well, the final attack we can, because it will kill him. But if he counterattacks us, which he can, he will stop us from being able to do stop us from being able to do anything on our next turn. That's his ability or his overload. It's a pain, but we don't have to worry about it. We also, at the end of this, learn that he is a massive Syscon, and the only reason he was trying to take over all the other netherworlds is to drain them of energy so that he can revive his sister, which he somewhat succeeds in doing by creating a hybridization of him and her, and we're going to defeat that right now, as it is the final boss. Of course, we obviously surround Usalia,
Let's go.
and we didn't have as much damage there as I would have liked, but that's fine. Nice counterattacks. Always good. And time is now. Time. Right.
This isn't the time
I leave it on this beautiful, beautiful
scorching flame.
image.
We need to go
of Red Magnus in all his manly glory. Thank you, ASM, for letting me showcase this run. I had a lot of fun running it. I've had a lot of fun learning it, as I realized that the strats I was using when I submitted it were old, and the new strats could cut off like 5 to 10 minutes of my original run. How did I actually do? Not as well as I would have hoped, but I did make a lot of mistakes, and that is what it is. Yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for donating. Thank you all for being amazing people, but to all the runners, our hosters, our techs, our viewers, our watchers in chat. Really appreciate you all. Have a good one. That's all from me until I'm back on the host desk. Bye.
Hello. Did you want to take over now? Yeah, I would appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, I'll just sign off. Alright everyone, that is the end of my hosting shift. Thank you very much everyone for having me, and look forward to the rest of the runs happening tonight.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Noobs. I'll be your wonderful host for the next little while, through the last of the night and into the early morning of the beautiful night shift. Take care of yourselves. We're in for the long haul together. Okay, everybody. It's time for a dance of fire and ice run by Craigle Bagel.